Hi everyone. So today we are going to be looking at how to calculate a mean and a standard deviation. So what is a mean and why do we need to sometimes calculate it? So we calculate the mean so that we can get an average of the sample. It can be for a sample, for a population. So how do we denote the mean? The mean is denoted with this symbol of which is X bar. It's denoted with X bar when calculating the mean. For the sample, we denote it with X bar. So what is a sample and what is a population? Let's start there. Let us say you are looking at the population of South Africa and you want to find out on average how much each and every person spend on a daily basis when doing groceries. So what are you going to do? You're going to calculate the mean or the average, but you can't get a hold of everyone in South Africa. So what do? Out of that population of everyone in South Africa, you are going to specify that you are looking, let us say, in Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban. So you are going to take a sample, a fraction of the people that are in South Africa. That is what we call a sample. So when calculating a mean or the average, you calculate it by saying the sum of x values divided by n. So this is the sum of x values divided by n. What is the sum of x values? The sum of x values is all the values that you'll be given. Let us say you have person number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. All those individuals and how much they spend will be added together and then it will divide it by n. So what is n? N is number of observation. Let me go through it. So we've already said that the mean is denoted by X bar. This X bar, this is what we are going to be calculating. So this thing, this is sum. This E, funny looking E, it's sum, and this is X values. So you will say the sum of all X values, and then let's just make that bigger, sum of all X values, and then you divide it by the N is denoting the number of observation, number of observations. So let us look into this. Before we get to the standard deviation, let's make sure we are understanding the mean. So you are given that you have a sample in Johannesburg or Durban or whichever area it is, that you have 1, 2, 3. This is what we observe from probably research that we were doing. So how would we calculate the average of this? So what do? You have your formula. Remember, it's important that you know the formula. At times we do award marks for the formula, at times we do not. So it depends on the institution and also the memorandum on how it is structured. But it's important that you know how to do this. So you have your mean is equals to, where are you going to get the sum of all x values? These are all the values that you are given. Each and every one of them needs to be added together. So you will say 1 plus the 3 plus the 5. So all the x values will be added together because remember this is the sum of. Then you divide that because remember it's divided by n. Remember n is the number of observations. So in this case, how do you find the number of observation? You count how many x values you have. So how many x values do we have here? 1, 2, and then 3. That is where you have that 3. So your mean will be equals to 1 plus 3 plus 5. Then you can take your calculator. 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 5. You have your 9. Then you divide that by 3. Then 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that is our mean. Let me just give you another example for the arithmetic data, which is the normal data that we are using. Let us say you are given that for sample 2, we interviewed people and then we found out how many cups of coffee they have a day. The other person said they have 1, the other one they said they have 5, the other one said they have 8, the other person said they have 2, the other person said I only have 6. And then I ask you, calculate the average or work out the mean. You already know mean is equals to, then you have your formula. You don't have to have this because already this is the mean. Then after having your formula, let's just make that smaller so that we can be able to continue. So after that, let's do this so that it makes more sense. You follow through. Okay. And after that, you will have then your mean will be equals to 1. You add the 5, you add the 8, you add the 2, then you add the 6. Then you divide by number of observations, which number is the number of observation in this case. You need to count them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 number of observation. Then you work out using your calculator. Here it is. You say 1 plus 5 plus 8 plus 2 plus 6. You get your answer to be 22. Then you say mean is equals to 22 divided by 5. Go back to your calculations here. Then you have your 22. You divide that 22 by 5. Then you get your mean to be 4.4. I hope this helps. This is how you calculate the mean. When you're calculating the mean, you need to know the sample, especially for arithmetic data. You need to know the sample that you have. You have all the observation, you add them together, then you divide it by the number of observation. If you're given 20 observation, you need to divide it by 20. If you're given 3, like in this case, you divide by 3. In this case, our number of observation was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is why we divided here by 5. I hope this helps, and then you are able to calculate mean or average from now on. Thank you.